As you can see this ceiling, you know, one good heavy snow and we're done. This building's gone.
It looks like it's been patched up and patched up and patched up. Inside this dilapidated building, where the roof is always threatening to cave in, sits one precious item. What in the heck is this?
That is an old turbine pump.
That decades-old pump is the only source of reliable clean water for roughly 300 residents. It sends water through the pipes into their homes. Randy Whitaker does his best to help maintain it.
If you look at the facility, you think, no.
You think, no, I'm not drinking any of that.
Right, but it meets all regulatory standards.
We were there when the head of the Environmental Protection Agency got a tour of the place in December. Michael Regan's first initiative is to bring reliable, clean water to historically neglected communities across America.
I walked into a building technology, and people's livelihoods are dependent upon this antiquated system. This is not what we should be having in this country.
But it is reality, and the 300 residents serviced by this pump have it good compared to thousands of other residents here who rely on rain or creek water for their water needs. What is one thing you don't have in this house?
We don't have water.
Sonny Barton has lived on this West Virginia ridge for 40 years. He says their mountain community was promised pipe water when he first got here, but it never happened.
I pump it on my truck with.
Out of the creek?
Yeah.
Just straight out of the creek?
Yeah, straight out of the creek.
So this is your water system?
Yeah, this is my water system right here.
I'm assuming it starts here.
Starts here.
You go fill those up
Fill
at
them
the
up.
creek, okay.
And I drop it off here.
This is life in McDowell County, West Virginia, population 18,393. Down in the valley,
I put my shiplap up over top of my cabinets. I painted my cabinets.
Tammy Bailey put some serious sweat equity into her home.
This mining hat right here was the last mining hat my dad wore in the coal mines.
Coal helped a family make a living, but they were never hooked up to a city or county water line.
So one day I come home and I turned my tap on, not this faucet, of course.
Yeah.
And when I turned my tap on, this is what I got. This was my water.
Okay, that, you can't even see through that. What did it smell like?
Nasty rotten eggs.
What's worse, when Bailey had her water tested, she says 14 contaminants were found.
You couldn't even flush a toilet, no cooking.
And none of the 1,200 or so homes around here are hooked up to a reliable water source.
We're supposed to be the best country in the world.
The richest.
The richest country in the world.
Some 100 years ago, some residents here were among the richest people in the United States. The county's natural resources and the workers here powered America by mining coal.
We know that historically these coal companies and other extractive industries were the ones who paid for, operated, and maintained all of these town water systems. The communities then have to rely on infrastructure that is aging, failing.
100 years later, coal still rules here, but it's a shadow of itself. So is the tax base and infrastructure generations of families rely on.
My grandmother, this is me and her, she didn't have running water until she was 70.
She didn't have running water until she was 70 years old.
Yes, ma'am. I see our clients and my grandma and about every client that we have. It's what fuels me to do what we do.
What Eddie George does is help people in his hometown get water piped to their homes. He works for a nonprofit organization called Dig Deep. Tammy Bailey says she would still be living without clean water if it weren't for Eddie and Dig Deep.
I'm a single woman, one income, so I went knocking on the doors of Dig Deep, and fortunately they answered.
The cost to fix everything that went wrong, about $10,000, she says. Statistically, that's about a third of a year's wages for most people in this county where the median income is a little over $30,000 a year. But George points out that the problem isn't just about how people get water, but what's in it.
These are what we call straight piping. It's dumping raw sewage into the stream.
This lovely stream runs right through Bailey's neighborhood, but every house we see has a straight pipe straight into it. The people we heard from here desperately want to be hooked up to a water system, but have little hope it will happen anytime soon.
In an area like this, you're, I think, 13 to 14 miles away from any main water source.
But Eddie George does see a trickle of hope because for the first time ever, the head of the EPA came to McDowell County and pledged to help fix what has been broken for far too long.
If you come down some of these places, you would think you was in a third world country. You would never think you was in America. Nobody should have to live like this.
Sarah Seidner, CNN, McDowell County, West Virginia.
Shalom. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rahakodash. Yahweh be in the name of the Heavenly Father, the Holy One of Israel, whom this world ignorantly calls God, in the name of his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, whom this world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace, mercy to the house of David, those men that are doing his work in sincerity and in truth across the four corners of the earth, presenting their bodies as a living sacrifice. To you all I say shalom and greetings, and Lord willing, this lesson is edifying through spirit. All right, so I'm sure my video that I put before this is probably going to be a little lengthy. It was like 4 or 5 minutes. I wanted to do something on it yesterday, but the spirit just didn't allow, so now I'm bringing it out. But you see those people's water source, right? And that looked terrible, but at the end of the day, stuff like that is going to be a gold mine in the times to come. It's kind of reminded me of, like Book of Eli. When they took her down, she was like, they went to like that locked door to get the water, and it was like a little underwater spring or well that they were getting their water from. So something like that seems, that is bad for people to be going through that now. But at the end of the day, that's going to be real precious in the times to come. Something like that. And they try to use words like antiquated and old and stuff like that. It's going to be treasured in these times to come. People don't understand how the damage that the Lord's about to do upon these people, right? And they be fainting for this water, man. Excuse me. Hey, man, and I ain't gonna lie, I was reading the Book of Judith earlier. Book of Judith, go hard. I can't even front. It's all the words. So it says the word is given by inspiration of the Lord. Judith, starting from like 8th chapter, well, the whole book, obviously, but 8th chapter to like the last chapter, which I think is like 14 or 15. Man, it's beautiful, how the Lord operate. But I'm going to get this. Is Judith 8:9. It says, now when she heard the evil words of the people against the governor, that they fainted for lack of water, for Judah had heard all the words that Ozias had spoken unto them, and that he had sworn to deliver the city unto the Assyrians after 5 days. And so so people start to get rowdy, right? People start to act chaotic when they don't have their basic needs. And one of those things was a lack of water, right? And so you saw how Jake always act up when we ain't got no water or we ain't got no food, man. All right? The Lord shows you that in the wilderness. Excuse me. Let me see here. I have one more. Yeah. I'm going to go down wait. There was another verse from this. I think this chapter that I wanted to get. Let me read. I'm going to read Judith 8. I'm going to start at 20. I'm going to just read it down real quick. It says, but we know none other God. Therefore we trust him that he will not despise us nor any of our nation. For we be taken so, all Judea shall lie waste, and our sanctuary shall be spoiled, and he will require the profanation thereof at our mouth. And the slaughter of our brethren, and the captivity of the country, and the desolation of our inheritance will turn upon our own heads among the Gentiles, wheresoever we shall be in bondage, and we shall be an offense and reproach to all them that possess us. And so this is what was happening to us in ancient times when we were going against his word, and we're going through that now under the oppression of our enemies. But the Lord many times was delivering us out of the hands of our enemies, right? But to think how there can be uprisings due to water shortage, right? It says, for our servitude shall not be directed to favor, but the Lord our power shall turn it to dishonor. Now therefore, O brethren, let us show an example to our brethren, because their hearts depend upon us, and the sanctuary, and the house, and the altar rest upon us. Moreover, let us give thanks to the Lord our power, which trieth us, even as he did our fathers. You see, so the Lord is going to try us. He did the same thing to our fathers. So that's just a part of the game, right? And you got to pray to the Lord. I'll read verse 30. It says, but the people were very thirsty and compelled us to do unto them as we have spoken, and to bring an oath upon ourselves, which we will not break. And therefore now pray thou for us, because thou art a godly woman. They're talking about Judith. And the Lord will send us rain to fill our cisterns, and we shall faint no more. So these people are getting desperate. You know, they really want rain, right? They're thirsty, man. Thirst can drive you to do some wild things. No, it says, then said Judith unto them, hear me, and I will do a thing which shall go through all generations to the children of our nation. Ye shall stand this night in the gate, and I will go forth with my waiting woman. And within the days that ye have promised to deliver the city to our enemies, and the Lord will visit Israel by mine hand. But inquire not ye of mine act, for I will not declare it unto you till the things be finished that I do. So basically, she's like, I'm about to do something that's going to be remembered forever. And she was right. The Lord put it in the book. You know, something that's going to be remembered forever. You know, it's going to go through all the generations of the children of our nation. All right. And she said, don't ask me what I'm doing. You'll just find out after the case. All right. And in that moment, that she had a plan set up. All right. To basically go and kill a captain of theirs. I believe he's a captain. His name was Holofernes, you know. But all of this was stemming from water. Well, part of this was water shortage, oppression as well, right? But part of this was water shortage, man. Okay. This is Nehemiah 9:20. It says, thou gavest also thy good spirit to instruct them, and withheldest not thy manna from their mouth, and gavest them water for their thirst. So this is what the Lord was doing. He was always feeding us, giving us water, even to the 2/3 that didn't believe. And see, this is going to be the separation from that point and this point. See, the Lord was having extreme mercy on the 2/3 by still giving them food and providing for them. This time is going to be a change in the earth. He's going to neglect the 2/3 when they don't call upon him and when they don't seek him. He says, because you have rejected knowledge, I shall reject you and your children. All right. And see, when you understand, when you're supposed to really serve after the Lord, you're going to know that you're going to be fed. You're going to know that you're going to drink. My servant shall eat, my servant shall drink. But this word is really where you get your true sustenance and power from. Psalms 42:2, it says, my soul thirsteth for Yahweh, for the living power. When shall I come and appear before the Most High? So he said, my soul thirsted for God. Right? That's what you really supposed to be on. Like, I'm thirsting for Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. That's what's supposed to ultimately give you true nourishment. Right? Because it's going to be days you ain't going to have no food and water, but the word of the Lord is going to hold you. Right? Psalm 63:1. It says, a psalm of David when he was in the wilderness of Judah. O Yahweh, thou art my power. Early will I seek thee. My soul thirsteth for thee. My flesh longeth for thee in a dry land where no water is. And see, we're in that low, dry land right now, right? Metaphorically, right? Babylon, America. But a time is going to come where this place is going to be completely tapped of resources. You're not going to be able to access food. You're not going to be able to just get water so easily available to you, right? Even the streams and things that may be nearby going to be polluted, you know? So you got to understand where you get who's the person that could quench your thirst, right? Because that's a terrible feeling. Being thirsty, oh my God, that's just terrible, all right? Shit, Psalms 107:5. And I ain't even got the whole chapter, but I'm sure this is talking about the wilderness. But it says, hungry and thirsty, their soul fainted in them. And so that's what we're about to see, this famine come, where you're about to see people, they're gonna perish because they don't got what they need, right? They don't got food and water. They don't got the word of the Lord. They don't got shelter. They don't got protection, right? You don't got the name of the Lord, man. It's about to get devastating out here. All right, this is John 4:13. It says, Yahweh shall answer and said unto her, whosoever drinketh of this water shall thirst again. Right? So, matter of fact, let me go to that. All right, if you drink of this wine of this world, right, you're going to thirst again. All right, this is talking about the woman at the well. It says, but whosoever drinketh of the water that I shall give him, shall never thirst. But the water that I shall give him shall be in him a well of water springing up into everlasting life. And so when people can't literally find or obtain water, the Lord said he's going to keep us afloat. He's going to provide for us. He's going to give us water. He's going to give us nourishment. Shit. The Lord could just, you could be to the point where you be a brother to touch you. You just feel hydrated. You know? We're coming into some beautiful, beautiful times, brothers. We're about to see, it says we only saw a portion of the Lord's great wonders and marvels. You know? This is John 6:35. It says, and Yahushua said unto them, I am the bread of life. He that cometh to me shall never hunger, and he that believeth on me shall never thirst. You see? And so these people are going to be truly thirsty out here. Right? You come to the Lord, you shall never thirst. All right? Does that mean you ain't going to have moments when you get thirsty? But yeah, true nourishment, true hydration, true salvation. Right? Being able to take rebuke, being able to listen, being able to grow, being able to understand and comprehend. All of these things are vital to, Lord willing, getting on a chariot, man. But Babylonians have no idea what's in store for them, right? There's a lack of water. It's going to change your world. It's going to change your whole existence, man. Not being able to obtain water and be, shit. Right now, people pay all this money for pop and, energy drinks and coffee and all this type of stuff. Wait until water, you be like, damn, I want water. I don't want nothing else but water, man. Because water is the base of all that anyway. When Yahweh Shema Shah is looking after us and keeping us. But all these other people, they're going to be hungry. They're going to be thirsty. They're going to be howling for vexation of spirit and soul. But everything is through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah. I don't want to make this one too long. It was just something that was on my mental. Lord willing, it was edifying. I'll give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah, Bahasham, Rakha Kodash, double honors to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone, and peace and mercy to the house of David. Until next time, Shalom.